And joining me now live via Skype, I have public finance analyst Segun Elemo. Good to have you on the Breakfast Show today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, the president of the European Central Bank is calling for a global attention in terms of a response strategy to this development that we have at hand right now. Cryptocurrency seems to be one that's come to stay, but we need regulation. That is what is happening, irrespective of whatever tendencies we have here, fraudulent elements also trying to take advantage. It still remains one of the areas of emerging sectors that we have to look at, so the need for regulation. Your thoughts on this move?
Thank you for that question. Cryptocurrencies, just like every other activity in the digital economy, yes, have to be regulated. And the struggle we're having with social media right now, different stakeholders in different environments calling for the regulation of the social media. I think it's just about the digital economy in general. There must be regulation, even though the digital economy is advancing human liberties and the freedom to do things. And just like this cryptocurrency is called, freedom money, allowing people to bypass, for instance, restrictions that ordinarily would have been placed by, central banks of different countries. I think that I'm of the opinion that in order not to allow, fraudulent activities to hijack, regular trading and exchanges and transactions via, fiat money, there must be regulation, there must be control. And it's not just cryptocurrency, it's not just social media. The digital economy, must come under the radar of, constitutional government, constituted governments.
Well, the digital economy is fast evolving, and we cannot but also play catch-up. And we're talking about rules and regulations guarding all of the emerging sectors of the economy. One of the biggest questions and the argument being pushed now is that instead of a total ban, we ought to see efforts towards profiling, working with data. This was the line of conversation we had yesterday and after the news broke. Do you think that we have the capacity now to work with data and then align so that we know who is trading in what sector of the digital space? What is the volume of transaction? How do we track it? Because the problem here is that these are untraceable or untrackable elements we have.
Yes, as you know, the cryptocurrency is secured, by certain features, cryptography and the likes, and it makes it difficult for constituted governments to be able to trace and track whatever transaction is happening. Yes, we should. That is ordinarily should be the ideal thing to begin to work with data. But as you know, Nigeria is struggling with data right now. And I think that's the whole essence of the NIN registration, to allow us, gather and build that robust data that will enable, the Nigerian government to track, some of these things. Of course, we already have the BVN and other security features that could allow financial institutions to be able to track these things. But the truth is, it is not only the Central Bank of Nigeria that has done this. Mind you, the Central Bank of Nigeria had sent a regular since 2017. Exactly. I believe this is just a reminder to these financial institutions.
Exactly.
China had done it, India had done it, Iran had done it, Bangladesh had done it, and several countries even in Africa, Zambia and Uganda had done it. But the difference here is that when you have such huge population unemployed and living in poverty, you cannot compare yourself with China. For instance, the GNI per capita in China is about $16,000. In India, it's about $6,000, and in Iran, it's about $12,000, But in Nigeria, it's less than $5,200. So if you are going to take similar policy direction with countries like China, India, and Iran, you must look at the domestic situation and see. And for me, is that Nigeria must begin to explore the digital economy to lift people out of poverty and bring people into employment.
And talking about exploring the digital economy, now we see Nigeria also ranking quite high in terms of the volume of transactions in the cryptocurrency space. We see remittances as much as $200 to $300 million weekly. Why is this a concern, the volume of this dollar quantities that we're having coming into the country? Why is this so much of a concern for the country? Some would say, well, we have to deal with inflation, we have to look for safe havens, we have to look for investment plans that are sustainable, we have to make quick cash because the economy at this point in time is bleeding. So why is the government worried?
Well, I think the government has to be worried. Even if the Nigerian government is not worried, the inflows, wherever these monies are coming from, mind you, you had said earlier that even the United States is worried, and I saw something around whether the FBI is instructing the Nigerian government to take action on, crypto exchanges. Yes, the Nigerian government has to be worried because if these inflows are coming from abroad and it's untraceable, untrackable, then there must be some kind of worry. And if it's going to impact the economy, mind you, the CBN has a duty to protect the monetary space and ensure that the regular money, the fiat money, does not come under any sort of pressure or of any kind, or whether inflation, it has a responsibility to also control inflation. So I think the Nigerian government has legitimate reason to be worried, but there must be innovation around this whole crypto economy.
Most
but
definitely.
I think that at some point, governments of different countries will start issuing, cryptocurrencies.
Thank you very much so much for your contribution on the show today, Segun Elemo. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. And the CBN still remains the regulatory agency, the apex bank, and it will exert its pressure when it needs to. Thank you very much once again for your time on The Breakfast Show.